of Smarterfan.
Hey everybody, welcome to another segment of Smarterfan podcast, where we bring you behind the veil of sports, business, and life. I'm Joe, and this is Barry. How you doing, Barry?
I'm doing good, Joe. I'm doing good. Gobble Gobble Day is almost here. Gobble Gobble is almost here, so it's a good day. How you feeling?
Oh, I'm feeling just fine,
Awesome. What's going on?
Not a hell of a lot, just getting ready for the turkey.
I hear you. Well, listen, just to let everybody, our fans all over the world know, happy Thanksgiving to you all as well. And remember, this program, this Smarterfan podcast is sponsored by our Publisher in a Box platform. So if you're an author or thinking about writing a book or developing a course or any of that, they are the most effective platform I've ever seen. I've been an author since 2008. I use them myself, and they have been amazing. So call for a quick 15-minute consultation. You won't be disappointed. Smarterfan Podcast. Thanks again.
All right. And I just want to give a shout out to our friends in Germany. Thanks for listening, folks. Yeah.
Sprechen Sie Deutsch.
That's right. So thanks for tuning in. We really appreciate it. And keep up the good work.
Awesome.
All right. So I'm going to talk about a gentleman by the name of Charles Edward Greene. And we all know him as Mean Joe Greene.
You're good. You're so good at that. I'm like, what has he got now?
So he was born in Temple, Texas. And despite his talent and athleticism, colleges weren't banging down his door, So, and that's due to segregation in the Southwest Conference. That was mostly the reason why that happened. So, but he did get a scholarship at North Texas State University.
Yeah, North Texas.
Now his play at defensive tackle and made him a 3-time All-Missouri Valley Conference selection and got him, high praise from his coach, Rod Russ. So now the team moniker was Mean Greene, right? Now his aunt thought he looked like Joe Louis, so she started calling him Joe, and the name stuck. So then that morphed into Mean Joe Greene.
Wow.
So now he was taken by the Steelers in the 1969 draft. And in a 2013 interview, he said that he didn't want to be on a team with a losing culture. Right? So, but he stuck, there he was. And despite the Steelers finishing 1-13 that year, he was named Defensive Rookie of the Year. So now him and Chuck Noll, they were credited with turning the franchise around. And they won their first division title and their first playoff game, which was the Immaculate Reception game. So now with the addition of Ernie Holmes with, Green and L.C. Greenwood and Dwight White, that became the Steel Curtain.
For sure.
And they won the first of their 4 Super Bowls against the Vikings in Super Bowl IX. And he was a one-man wrecking crew. He had a forced fumble, an interception, and a fumble recovery.
Oh, my goodness.
So now in 1975, he suffered a pinched nerve, and he was never the same after that.
Really?
Yeah. So, and in 1977, a bunch of injuries slowed him down. But 1978, he bounced back, to lead the team to win Super Bowl 13. And that year, the Steelers held their opponents to 195 points.
Mercy.
Yeah. So, in the AFC Championship, they held Earl Campbell to 15 yards rushing.
It's a lot of pain. That was a lot of pain in that game.
You know that. And that was a bitter rivalry too.
Bitter.
So now in '79, he appeared in that famous Coke commercial.
Yep.
You know, now you know where that was filmed, right?
No.
That was filmed in Memorial Field in Mount Vernon.
Are you serious?
Yeah, that's where it was filmed.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, yeah. So now he retired in '81, and he recorded 77 and a half sacks and 16 fumble recoveries in his career.
Mm.
So now, sadly, he's the last surviving member of the Steel Curtain.
Are you serious?
Yeah. L.C. Greenwood died in 2013.
Oh, wow. That's crazy. The white L.C. Greenwood. He's the last one.
Mm-hmm. Yes, he is. So now he was inducted into the Hall of Fame in '87. So he had quite the career.
Oh, sure. For sure.
And as an assistant with the Steelers, he got 2 more rings.
Oh, he did. Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, so that's what's up.
Well, I got a piece of trivia for you.
Mm-hmm.
Is that at a certain point early in his career, they were losing, and he actually was packing up his stuff, getting in his Cadillac, and getting ready to go.
Mm.
And I don't know if it was one of the coaches or one of the players said, "Where are you going?" He said, "I'm tired of losing this, that, and the other." And they said, "Where are you going?" And he realized that quitting was not the option.
Mm-hmm.
And these are his words, basically.
Right. Yeah.
And he realized it would have been the biggest mistake of his life because he was frustrated of losing, and look how his career turned out. And, the legacy he's left behind. He almost walked out on that.
Well, you want to hear something else funny? If I remember correctly, you remember Ed O'Neill from Married with Children?
Yep.
Well, he was cut by the Steelers, and that opened up the spot for Mean Joe Greene.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, people really don't realize how big Ed O'Neill is.
Mm-hmm.
He's a big guy.
Yeah.
He's a big guy.
So that's what happened. So
Wow. That's amazing.
Mm-hmm. So what's going on with Shedeur? I know he looked impressive.
Listen, man, the internet is on fire. On fire. This is kind of a four-part series. One is, I'm going to go from the back to the front. It's just amazing the role Bucky has played in this, the oldest brother.
Mm-hmm.
And the chronology of the whole family, right? That he should get so much credit because what he's produced and getting it out of the mud too. It wasn't given to him. He had to get that thing out of the mud.
Right.
And how from there, the dynamic with, the challenges Coach Prime was talking about. People think my life is easy. I got one. Shalomi's down in away from me, down in Alabama A&M, trying to get minutes. Shiloh is trying to figure it out. And he's got somebody who's trying to sue him, and he had nothing to do with it. Jeez. And my boy Shedeur is going through what he's going through, trying to make the most of his opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
And people think everything is roses. I've had my own health issues and fights with cancer. And, all the other things that go with this, people don't recognize.
Right.
And so it was just powerful to hear that, and just seeing how Bucky is just that anchor in the family.
Yeah.
He's really the big brother. And it's interesting. I think the part 2 of it is this process of what Shedeur has brought and has created and handled the media. I mean, the kid has handled the media so artfully, it's not even funny. I mean, someone in the interview today came out and said, Kevin Stefanski has sabotaged you, Shedeur. What do you have to say about it? And Shedeur just looked at him and said, what are you trying to do? Start trouble? don't know what people do off the field. I don't, I'm here to win. He kept it appropriate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Again, credit to Dad. Learning how to handle the media, not let them manipulate you. Because
Right.
people don't understand the media is a two-edged sword. They can love you and hate you, but they both get a check for either way.
Yep.
Either way, right?
Yeah.
And if you don't understand that, it really is really interesting. I think the third piece is how the red carpet was rolled out for Coach Prime at the Raiders. Like you would figure if Dad's going to show up, Browns, you're not going to make accommodations for him to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so the owner of the Raiders, rolls out the red carpet he's like, who does that? But that's the kind of love Coach Prime has in the league, and I think that, somebody said to me, well, what do you think is going to happen in San Francisco? I think Cam Newton put it very well. I said, the problem is Shedeur doesn't have to be Joe Montana yet, that because of their defense. If they're they can get the 49ers. They can get them. If that defense shows up and turns up and it turns out, they just have to be consistent and not do two things. Because somebody showed me a clip today where at some point in the game, the Browns, Stefanski called a kick on the 29-yard line. And I said, you see, this is the stuff that I'm talking about. And the person was like, Barry, he got to be with the mob, bro. He got to be the mob. The stupid things he does. I said, he's been stupid a long time, unfortunately. He's been doing stupid stuff like that. And I really, there's going to be a crossroads because there's going to be a mutiny because everybody knows their best chance of winning is with Shedeur. Now that puts pressure on everybody. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, if you notice, the team wants to play with them. Yep. They want to play for them. Yep. Myles Garrett is in his corner 100%.
100%.
So and I think Stefanski had no choice but to start him this week because if he didn't, you remember those old Frankenstein movies where the town has torches in his ass?
Bro, they out there with the stakes and whatever. Bro.
That's what would have happened.
That's what would have happened. And I always got to find the money angle to this because people are not talking about it. The ratings are up because of Shedeur. I keep trying to tell you, he came in the league with at least 50 million fans of his own.
Yeah.
And the Haslam is going to be in a pickle. He's already recouped all the money he spent on Deshaun. This kid, let's be honest, none of us would be talking about the Cleveland Browns if it wasn't for Shedeur. So the amount of media attention this guy has brought to his franchise that he's leveraging and making money from is ridiculous. Because a lot of people were mad at me and said, well, why do you want him to go? Because that organization sucks.
Yeah.
Sucks. It really sucks.
Very
and I don't want him to waste his career there. They're not committed, and there would have to be an overhaul. And I just think Jacksonville would be a better situation.
Well, that remains to be seen, but I'm going to piggyback on that.
Okay.
Now, the Cowboys, they spotted the Eagles 21 points in the first half.
Joe, I knew that was going to – I didn't know how, but I felt like they're losing momentum. If you can't put 3 points up or something up, that's not good mojo.
No, the defense stepped up and held them scoreless in the second half.
You see what I'm saying? So they had their foot on them, but they didn't finish them. Because you got to say they got CeeDee Lamb. They got Pickens on the other side. Any of them can score at any point.
That's right. And
21 is not a lot of points.
And that's what they did because they held Saquon to 22 yards rushing. and then Dak went to work and he put up 24 unanswered points.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you what's gonna happen.
Hmm.
Saquon is not struggling because he can't run. He's struggling because the new OC is trying to find his way. And the play calling is terrible. And
Yeah.
anytime you got, and I like Jalen, but he's not Lamar. He's not Mahomes. And if you try to play him like he is,
Yeah.
he ain't that.
No.
The
That's right.
best thing that I don't think he's figured out yet is throwing the ball and loosening up the defense so Saquon can do what he needs to do. But he needs to start getting out of his mindset, in my humble opinion, stop thinking he's a running threat. He's not. You're only a running threat from 20 yards into the red zone.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're never going to run 70 yards. You're never going to run 50 yards to an end zone. You're not that fast.
Well, what's going to be interesting now is now the Cowboys are riding a wave into the Thanksgiving game against the Chiefs.
In Dallas?
Yes. Yes.
That's going to be a game. It's going to be interesting to see. That's going to be a game.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Now the Chiefs came back and beat the Colts in overtime.
Man, that was a barn burner.
I'm telling you, man, that defense was all over Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones. It was a barn burner, brother.
So now, I mean, Jones didn't even record a first down in the fourth quarter or overtime.
Hey, my man on the defense of DC, the DC, I can't remember his name right now.
Spagnuolo.
Spags did it. But Spags did his thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, see, that's the thing now. See, he's going to be throwing everything at Dak in that game.
Oh, yeah, because we don't really have a running game.
No, not really. No.
Not really. No. Spits and spots and spits and spots.
And CD, he needs to cure those butterfingers of his.
Well, either that or give up the jersey.
Yeah, because he's been dropping passes left and right.
You make too much money to be dropping that many passes, bro.
So, but Pickens is making a good case.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting if they keep him. I hope they figure it out.
Yeah. So now the Lions, they came back and beat the Giants again.
They did, because the Giants looked like they had them.
Of course. But of course, they gave up the points in the fourth quarter like they usually do. This is the fifth game where they were ahead by double digits.
Really?
Yeah, and that running back, I can't think of his name, Jameer. Yeah,
that kid is a problem.
I'm telling you, man, he ran through that defense like he was running through rice paper for the winning score.
That kid is woo, as they say. They said in football, that kid got hips, meaning he can give you more than one target. So he'll turn his hips and cut off your angle to tackle him. And he's fast.
Yeah.
So if you miss, it's a wrap.
He blew right by everybody.
Yeah. You miss, it's a wrap.
That cost the Giants DC his job.
He was already on the bubble.
Yeah, but 5 games too late.
Yeah. When you have one of your number one draft picks, defensive, the kid number 51, showing up and not showing out and sleeping.
Yeah.
That makes the DC look like poo-poo.
Like
this kid, you ain't on your defense ain't playing that well enough for you to get away with that.
Nope.
You'll be up out of here.
Only one who could get away with that stuff was LT.
Yeah, because he turned around and had 3 sacks the next game.
Yeah, So now the Packers, they just took apart the Vikings.
So. Yeah, I had a feeling that was going to happen. They should have kept who they had and let McCarthy grow and develop. I don't understand is what these people like, we believe this kid is going to be. Listen, it is not that easy. You need some seasoning. To maturation. It's a lot. Like they trying to talk crazy about my man Bryce and the Panthers. I said, go ahead and mess up if you want to. But there ain't nothing wrong with Bryce.
Yeah. So that's going to be a showdown between the Packers and the Lions on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that's going to be a war. It always is.
Yeah.
It's really going to be a war.
That's
because they both need that win.
Yeah, that's why it's called the black and blue division. You know?
Yeah. Folks probably icing up now.
For
real.
But anyway, I'm going to switch gears a bit now and talk about Formula One.
My favorite.
Because Norris and Piastri, they're screwing up. You know, they both got DQ'd in the Vegas Grand Prix for illegal plank wear. Yeah, for illegal plank wear.
Oh, Lord.
Right? So now Verstappen is right on their butts. You know, he's won 4 out of the 8 races since the season resumed.
Really?
Yeah. There's there's two races left. He's tied with Norris, and he's 24 points behind Piastri. So he is right on their butts. You know, now Lewis Hamilton, he said this is the worst season he's ever had.
It is.
You know,
it is.
And you know, he started in the back of the field, and then he finished in 10th. But because Norris and Piastri got disqualified, he was promoted to 8th. So, you know, but Charles Leclerc, now he didn't do much better. He started in 9th. You know, so now there seems to be some friction, you know, in the team, and the president, he basically said, because he said they're talking too much and they're not focusing on their driving. So he's basically telling them, shut up and drive.
Yep. I'm paying you enough money. Shut up and drive.
So, you know, it's he said they need to improve their performances. But my question is, what's the problem? What seems to be the problem?
Egos. Because you got to remember, Hamilton is the champion. Hamilton is the Hall of Famer. All these guys really are trying to build up their resume like his. If Hamilton decided to retire, he's going to the Hall of Fame.
No doubt. Right? No doubt.
So you got a premier racing club in Ferrari, right? It's like when the Cowboys win, is an extra shine.
Yeah.
Same thing with Enzo. So all those guys are really trying to basically say, I'm the guy. Hamilton's not the guy. So that's why there's a lot of talking. But one thing about Hamilton that he's very, very good at is bouncing back. So it may be a down season this year, but I bet you his level of focus and what he does in the upcoming year, it's going to be scary. Because that's how he is. He'll get laser focused. And what you said about the CEO, shut up and drive.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm paying them who I'm paying. You're getting what you're getting. And if you want to get any more, you better start shutting up and win. That's what he's basically saying, because you're not getting his money.
Yeah, that's for sure.
You're not getting his money because look what he's done. So y'all can talk and chirp and ego, whatever. I'd advise y'all to shut up and drive. Because until you start having a resume like Hamilton, you can say what you want. But the longer he drives, the prospect of him being better and better and better is scary.
Yeah.
Because driving, you know what I'm saying? It's scary. He'll be like, I mean, could you imagine if Tiger didn't have those injuries?
Yeah.
He's already way out. He's way out ahead. Ain't nobody really gonna catch Tiger. So if Tiger Woods won one major in a 10-year stint and he won 4 or 5 majors, forget it.
Yeah, well, it was Verstappen is even with Piastri, and he's 24 points behind Norris.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's tight. It's tight. It's competitive.
Yeah. I think Verstappen can pull it out.
Oh, I would be surprised if he doesn't win the whole thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
he's driving unbelievable.
Yeah.
He's in the zone. Oh,
Yes,
he's
he
in the
is.
zone.
That's for sure. That's for sure. So, but we'll have to stop right there.
Already?
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my goodness, gobble already. All right.
Mm-mm-mm.
Well, as we say, Joe,
Stay in the game.
Smarterfan podcast. Again, family, have a great Thanksgiving. And we want to give a big shout out to our family again in Lithuania and our family in Germany to have a great holiday season. Have a good one, buddy. Stay safe.
Yes, yes, you too. And don't forget to check us out on YouTube.
That's right.
And please subscribe.
And please subscribe and share.
Yes. And everybody have a happy Thanksgiving.
All right, buddy. Have a
All
good
right.
one. Bye, Smarterfan family. Talk to you.
All right. Good night.
Smarterfan.